Welcome back to 843 TV. Marty Miley joins us, Nick Ethemidis and Dee Matthews, also with Bridges Preparatory School. Marty, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Marty's the vice chair and a leader of the facilities committee, and you've been a busy guy,
yes.
I understand. You've been working on buying land and designing a new school, and you now are in, you've got a big piece of property in Port Royal, is that correct?
That's correct.
And that's going to be the place for a full K through 12 campus for Bridges Preparatory School.
That is correct.
Can you give us an update on what's been going on with that project?
We've been meeting with architects, engineers, getting concept drawings done. We've been meeting with SCDOT, local municipalities to get somewhat of conceptual approvals. You know, we've done some layout for conceptual site design, showing parking, future spaces such as gymnasiums, auditoriums, play fields, so on and so forth.
Absolutely. So that's a lot of work.
Yes.
I mean, this is no small project.
No, not by any means.
So speaking of the scope of the project, how big of a facility do you anticipate this being, number of classrooms, square footage type thing?
Well, at this present time, we have anticipated 3 classrooms for each grade. That does not include labs or technology areas, or actually common working areas for both student project-based learning and teacher working. Presently, we're around 95,000 square feet for the school. That does not include our gym, but it is really looking good. We're in the process of preparing the conceptuals, getting those to OSF, that's the Office of School Facilities, who ultimately has a big place and a big play in all of this.
Sure.
We've pretty much had go-ahead nods, but this is the final aspect of it.
Okay.
So we're excited.
That is exciting. So 95,000 square feet, and that's just the indoor facilities.
That's just
right?
the indoor facilities, yes.
And so let's talk. I mean, you know, in the high school I went to, we had a football field and stuff like that. Is that planned for this development?
We're actually excited about that. We have athletics for all grades at this point, or for the upper grades at this point. We do not currently have a football team. May not have a football team. That's probably past my time, so to speak.
Okay.
Because you know, it's just like other schools. We have to grow enough, and football teams require a lot of numbers. But we do have softball, volleyball, basketball, soccer, track. So almost anything else that a child would want to do, golf. So we have teams for everything with that, and we do have. With our new facilities, we have anticipated a track field, a baseball field, a softball field. So yes, we have those areas outlined to be prepared and fixed for those students as well.
That's very exciting. Marty, you know, we're talking about the development of this facility. What are your next steps? What are the team's next steps? What are you looking forward to? What are some milestones that are forthcoming?
Well, the next step is just to keep moving forward. You know, the way we've been going. You know, go to OSF with our concept approval. You know, creating the final design drawings after we have that conceptual approval from OSF. You know, once we get those final designs, then we'll send a bid package out, hopefully sooner than later. But this process does take a little while, so
sure.
You know, we're trying to move it along as fast as we can.
And when you say bid process, that's like for a construction company?
Yeah, you put down the design drawings, you submit those packages out to general contractors who will be participating in a bid process, and once those numbers come in, hopefully on budget,
right.
we'll be able to move forward to groundbreaking, which I think that's the ultimate question for everybody.
Yeah.
Is when is that going to take place? We really don't have a timeline right now. We're still in the process of going through all the approval processes. So sometimes those take a long time.
Oh, absolutely. And you want to make sure that it's done right.
That's correct.
Because you don't want to backtrack. And Dee, you've been involved with this since the beginning, right? I mean, can you give us a little bit of a time frame? So what has passed so far, and you know how you decided on this parcel of land?
Well, you know, originally we thought we would be just renovating the Boundary Street campus to house all of our school there. That did not transpire and could not transpire because the city, we couldn't meet the traffic study requirements, excuse me, mandated by the city. So we had to, I think the hardest thing at that point was going back to square one and starting again. Right. So we have been very diligent. We are very fortunate to have Marty on our board as well as handling the facilities, because he really does know all those elements. And he has been key in teaching me some things, because I've been the teacher or the administrator that walked into the new building. I had no idea of all of the elements that transpired and took place before the brick and mortar go down.
Yeah,
and it's a lot, you know.
bet.
So I'm the one, you know, sometimes he has to tell me, okay, not yet. I'm the one that would love that golden shovel being, you know,
Right.
to lift up that dirt tomorrow, but it won't quite be tomorrow.
No, absolutely,
Yes.
and you want to make sure that you feel good about it. And Dr. I, you've been in the world of academics for quite some time. Is this a new venture for you, or I mean?
Yeah, most of the schools I'm with, D, you know, you walk into the building, it's there, the facilities are there, and I've sat back this year trying to learn the community and the school, but I will tell you, I don't think folks have a clue how hard the board has worked on this. They have been the driving force behind this for years, and it's almost neck break speed right now, because they got kind of turned down earlier in the fall when they thought they were going somewhere. And to get from where they are to now is a yeoman's work on their part. And it's amazing when you see the progress they've made. And I know folks are somewhat frustrated because they keep waiting. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And kudos to Dee and Marty and the rest of the board for achieving, getting to this far and making sure your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed.
Well, I'll tell you something that has helped us of late too, is that Caroline was a member of our board and resigned from the board. She's taken a position with the school as the chief operations officer, and so some of the legwork and the paperwork that we used to have to do after hours and on the weekends and things, it's been great because she's been able to do them during the regular business hours, and that has expedited things quite.
Yeah, it helps to have an
Yeah.
insider.
Yeah,
on your
quite
team.
well. Yes, it does.
All right, well, that's our time for today. We look forward to having you back and talking more about this exciting project in the future. But Nick, Dee, Marty, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having
pleasure.
us. Thank you.
And thank you for watching 843 TV, where communities